Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I'm back in the book. It's time to go back to class. I got something nice for you today. So let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right Thinkers mission, and yeah, that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with that? So I ask the question, do you know you? This rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. Why? I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. Yeah, that's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And always to my yacht, be true. I'm going to give you 7 quotes of wisdom from a wise man. And then I'm going to take you into, right thinkers, let's talk about the 7 quotes about wisdom from a wise man. And then I'm going to take you through self-mastery is controlling one's emotions and senses. That's going to be a nice little lesson. So let me get this wisdom quotes out the way, because this lesson of emotions and senses, oh, Nelly. Get some popcorn, get comfortable. It may take a minute. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I can tell you that. I'm looking at it saying, whoa, yeah. Yeah, we got like 2.5 pages of information. So I'm going to get through it quick as I can, the best I can, but that's what we about to do. Let's go. Let's talk about the quotes of wisdom. The first one says, now some of these, I scratch my head, so I may just say it and leave it up to you to figure it out. I'm just being real. The first one, it says, wisdom is a child of training. Okay, we good. Truth, here we go, is the child of wisdom and love. That's it. That's all I got. Oh, it gets better. Death comes when the purpose of living is fulfilled. That's all I got. The second part to that is, death shows what the reason for living was. Nothing again. I call these brain teasers. You got to work on that one. All right, here you go. Now I'm gonna bypass. It's some fluff here. I don't like to do the fluff. I want to get the meat and potatoes, but this is about wisdom. I got 7. I picked out 7 of them, so I just got through the first 2. Now, if society order judges success by material gains. Now, this was an ancient wisdom phrase. If the society orders judges success by material gains, you got a billionaire criminal. The most successful will be what? The most corruptible and selfish. If that don't beat all, if that ain't calling the orangutan orange. Some things you don't have to like It is what it is. That's wisdom. You need to know that. If you ain't figure that part out, then you ain't never gonna become wise. You ain't never gonna know nothing. Watch this. Now, magic, which I call magic, is just knowledge and strength. Why? Because without strength, nothing worthwhile can be achieved. Oh, no. And guess what? Without knowledge, strength is uncontrolled, aka the ego. Don't tell nobody. I got that one. I understood that one. Okay. Next one. Where we at? More father. I don't need that now. Okay, here you go. The wise wake up early to their lasting gain, while the fool is hard pressed to even get up, start their day. You one of the people, well, personally, I'm self motivated. So again, it's amazing how the stuff that I'm read and learned and acquired, how it pertains to life. So this is the real deal. So I'm telling you, I ain't trying to, watch this. I'm up early before the sun. If the sun beat me up, I did something wrong. Or yeah, went to bed late, whatever. But no, my thing is I'm up early. Well, I like to see the sun come up. I'm one of them kind of people. But it says here, the wise wake up early to their dying day, while the fool is hard pressed to even get up to start his day. Are you that person? Moving on. Here we go. Courage. That's one you got to have. Well, courage, will, knowledge, and silence are essential qualities for who? For those on the path of self-perfection. You have to take the stock, cut off the fat. Okay, get rid of what you don't need. Why? Make it lean and mean. Everything should count. The Shaolin monks taught you how to make your body a weapon from stem to stern. I'm trying to make you a knowledgeable person of your character, your ability to know who you are from stem to stern. Same concept. Moving on, wrap this up. Now, it says, they who began to benefit from words of justice while they were what? Children. They who began to benefit from words of wisdom while they were children. What happened? They shall prosper in their life's affairs. If you listen to your elders, you paid attention and did the thing that you was told to do, life can't be bad. But if you didn't, and you decided you wanted to do this and didn't want to do that, life's a bitch. That's what you deserve. Why? Because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. Ain't no gimmies in life. That's from a wise man. Moving on. But yeah, I agree 100%. Okay? So now let's get into what we call controlling one's emotions. Self-mastery is always based on how you handle whatever situation it is. Back then, I called it cool. I was daddy cool. Why? No matter what happened, I remain cool. Now, as I'm spiritual enlightened, I'm going to remain spiritual. I'm going to remain, again, still cool, but I'm in a situation where I got to deal with that good stuff. Yeah. How you handle it? How do you handle the bad stuff when the bad stuff comes? It's all good when it's good. Yeah, right. But how do you handle adversity? I'm dealing with it right now. Let's go. But this is how I learned to deal with it and master it. So here we go. You ready? Let's rock. The control of one's emotions must be understood as a practical as well as a spiritual reality and make it a way of life. You can't have control when everything is cool. No. Have control when chaos starts. Have control when anger kicks in. Have control when somebody's put you in a position where you might lose control. That's when you have to have control over one's emotion. And as long as the physical form exists, you and his body, there will be emotions and physical desires of the flesh. Simple as that. You can't get around it. But here we go. Pay attention. This is the good part. The teachings of what? Self-control does not imply that what emotions are not felt. Again, I'm here every day, and the only way I can get through some of the lessons because it's personal is use or activate my dispassion for my emotions for the situation and detach myself from it to give the lesson. See, so I'm a victim of my own lessons, and I'm trying to let you know, yeah, it works when you practice and you get good at it. You'll be fine. But that's what it's telling you. When you have control over that emotion, and that doesn't mean you don't feel them. No. And experienced, even by a highly advanced sage, even by a highly advanced sage. However, it does imply, there you go, watch this. This the part, that's the caveat, that those feelings and the emotions whose source is what from the physical body are to be understood to be just something separate from what my inner self. Why? Just as the actor portrays in character, and yet it is separate from his real person in reality. That's why. We all say life is life is a stage. Okay, play your role. I'm the star of all of my movies. You should be yours the same way. So again, I don't mind bringing the co-stars in, but no, I'm the star. Call it what you want. Yeah, I'm ego tripping. Why? In this world, that's why. Back then they called it conceit, and I agree because I was ego tripping, but now I understand what it is, so I'm doing it now out of sincerity and understanding. But yeah, it's all about me, okay? It should be all about you too. That's my point. So, watch this. Even to the sage, he understands that what? The body and mind react to its environment. If it's cold, you put on clothes. If it's hot, you take some off. So you adjust to the environment. If you are not physically fit, I go to the gym every day. So that's my way of keeping the body in shape. Some people don't want to take their clothes off. Moving on. I was one of them at one time. So that's why I went to the gym. Moving on. So I, again, experienced. The soul, watch this, of the sage acts. Watch this. How? Through the physical form, aka the body. So therefore, the emotions and the responses are viewed with what I just told you, dispassion, when all the time. In order for me to do what I need to do, I got to take my emotion out of it and do what I got to do. If I get that way, you see me, yeah, why? Don't get caught. Whoa, get out of there. Well, yeah, that ain't what you're here to do. I'm here to teach. Okay, that's why. And as my title says, I got to keep that all the time. And this is not to say that even a highly advanced person who identifies with their spirituality may not seek to fulfill certain desires of the body. That's their choice in essence, but you have to eat, exercise, and sleep. So those are things, like my man said, you got to eat, you're going to have sex, and you're going to rest. Those three things that your body needs. That's physical, and that's okay. Okay? Since at this point, watch this, these would be in accord with the higher self, your divine will. It's knowing it's the physical body, it has to be taken care of. You need to understand that. Again, taking care of the temple. That's what this is. How you treat your temple is how you treat God, conceptually. But the temple of your spirit, which is the body, okay? The Muslims get that part right. They don't eat certain food. But the Eastern, Middle East people, they just know they're more spiritual, so they ingratiate themselves, hold themselves accountable to eat and do. I don't need to tell you how to eat, and I ain't got time for that nonsense, okay? I do my own nutrition, whatever I do to work for me, but I'm going to tell you what to do. Spiritually, yeah. Physically, nah, it's on you. But watch this, if for some reason your desires, okay, that you're in pursuit of do not fructify, excuse me. What the hell is that? I said the same thing when I read it. I had to go check it out and Google it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to tell you what it means. It means coming to fruition, to fulfillment, meaning your plan didn't work out, okay? And if what you're doing ain't working out, maybe you're doing the wrong thing. Or maybe you're doing it wrong. But it should play itself out. Watch this. Truth ain't got to be disguised, ain't got to be dressed up, ain't got to be glorified. No. Just give it to you. That's what I do. Just give it to you. And it would be, watch this, it would be of no less to the sage. Okay, I really don't care how you accept the truth that I present to you. I'm just the presenter. So how you feel about that when you do it means nothing to me. I've taken my emotion and my passion out of it. I just give the lesson. That makes it easier for me. And watch this. Whereas an ordinary person, preacher or whatever we're doing that, they're usually what they would lament and engage in what? Mental anxiety. Why? Over the failure of a particular project or person they was trying to help out and they fell off the wagon. I don't get nothing about that. If I'm helping you, help yourself. And you stop helping yourself, I'm gonna stop helping you too. I'm not, no, I don't get, again, this passion, I don't get emotionally tied to what I do for you. Moving on. No exceptions, okay? As my man John Henry Clark. And watch this. To ordinary people, they would get caught up on the laws of the object or desires that they had. A sage, watch this, would view both positive and negative outcomes in the same way. If I help you, you turn out good, I'm happy for you. If I'm helping you don't turn out good, I'm still happy for you. Why? It don't make a difference to me one way or another, good or bad. That's what they're telling you, and I'm understanding of that, and that's the best part to be. Why? That way you don't get that caught up in that roller coaster with people. Oh, he was doing so good, then he just fell off. Man, I used to live and die with my students' life. Man, I learned. Moving on. But watch this. But with this, there you go. With this passion, boy, this is beautiful. And contentment. Why I'm happy, I'm content. So I don't need to be involved with nobody else's business. And this is possible how? Because as a sage is supremely happy with what? Fulfilled through the identification with their spirituality instead of with their body, which is physical matter, and objects and desires from the world, which will never lead to supreme fulfillment. What makes me happy ain't physical. It ain't outside myself. That's why. And that's why the title fits. The sage, here we go, exists in the world for the sake of what? Carrying out the divine will, and therefore as teaching through his experience of the world as a form of what? Recreation. It's fun for me. This could be a job. Every day I get up and do this that's a job. No, it's fun for me. It's recreation. I get a chance to express some of the stuff that nobody else wants. So I just pour it off on you guys. And those who tune in, I appreciate you. But that's what I do it for those who want it. Moving on. In Indian philosophy, I love them. Why? Because that term is called Leela. Sadhguru got 16 million volunteers following his concepts. He's the mystic guru. I follow him, okay? But in the divine sport, why? When you're doing God's work, that's divine sport. That's why it's recreation and is used to what? Describe the sage's attitude toward the world. I'm bugging right now. This is what I do and why I do it. Sage, watch this. Oh, good idea. For a sage, it is only at the time of what? Death, that the emotions and the physical responses will actually end. So the body will have its go. But guess what? At the time of death, the person who have controlled the mind and have reached the understanding or spiritual enlightenment, we know as Nihas, the spiritual reality and identification with it, sage or saint will not be led to what? Experiences of what? Hell or heaven, which lead the soul which back to reincarnation, back to this world. Those who go to light, coming back here. There is no light for the enlightened ones. They just go and melt right into the light. They become the light. That's the concept. They say you need to understand that. Now, what if I'm good? No. If your heart is light as a feather, that means it can meld and go up. You see the concept? It fits perfect when you understand it. And I hate when it's misunderstood and mistaught and it's misinterpreted. So it's about a lot of problems with that. But watch this. In your soul, if your soul's not light as a feather, you didn't pass the judgment day, your soul will come back to earth and what? In search of what? For fulfillments of what? Its desires for what? Physical things. And the sage will lead the soul, the sage will merge, there we go, with what? The sun disk. That's just what I told you. That's the concept. I know that. I've done this. I'm living this. And what happened? And it dissolves into the infinite and eternal ocean of existence, aka God. The spirit is alone from God to have your own individual spirit have its way and make it back home. How about that? Okay, I like that concept. Moving on. This is why, any animal that's loyal and instinctive, they will not go astray. A good husband, find a good woman. Neither one of them, because they're good, they will not cheat or go astray. Humans who want what? The pleasures of the flesh, who are not knowledgeable or spiritually inclined, will always go astray. So they have no control over what? Their senses. That's the physical. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You cannot reach self-mastery without controlling that thing between your legs, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on. By keeping in subjection, watch this, the belly, and we talking about now selfish and greed, thou wilt what? Listen to, but if thou has eaten 3 loaves of bread and has drank 2 vessels of beer, if you are not full and content, you are greedy, a gluttonous. That's what they say. And those are people who you see all obese and weight. Why? Because all they do is eat till they just can't eat no more. They full. A smart person to eat. People say, well, you still have them on your plate. Okay, that means it's going to be on a plate. Why? I'm not eating it. Why? I ain't got no more room. I'm full. I'm good. If you don't know what's good for you, who will? Okay, so understand that. And greed is that person who just want more. And you can never, like the greed, that's the ego. It's never going to be satisfied. You got to control it. I like that. I was look at the clock. I got more stuff, so this might be a 2-parter. I already know. Why? Because now if you want to have perfect conduct, what you got to do? To be free from evil thoughts and evil actions, then above all guard against what? The vice of greed. 1 of the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, they kill you. Greed is grievous sickness that has no cure. There is no treatment for it. What? Sound like that first form of herpes that came out until you gonna have herpes forever. Remember that one? But it embroils what? Fathers and mothers and brothers of the mother. It parts the wife from the husband. We just talked about that. Again, see what greed to do? Greed is a compound of what? All that is evil. A bundle of what? Hateful things. Nothing good. That person endures whose rule is what? Righteous. Who rule is rightness. Who walks, watch this, a straight line. We follow a lot of people who don't do that. And now that this stuff with P. Diddy coming out, everybody who we thought walked the straight line, who, pretended walked the straight line, when you see them behind closed doors, their lines get a little blurred. The blurred lines, yeah. Of course, why? You ain't so what you claim to be when ain't nobody watching. I just gave that integrity lesson. And for that person, watch this. That person will leave what? A legacy by such behavior. You're known by what you did. And on the other hand, the greedy has no tomb. Okay? You won't be remembered. You're going to just fade away. Do not be greedy, right thinkers. in the division of things, physical things. I know some people, money, okay, not good with money. Okay, that's all I'm saying. If you let money dictate how you treat people, you're not a good person. I'm not going to sell nobody or nothing out for money. Do not cavort more than your share. Don't cavort. Wow. Don't covet more than your share. Sorry about that. I'm thinking about something else. Yeah. But the concept is don't take more than what you. I don't steal. Maya is my theology, my philosophy. Why? I've always been that type of person. Fair. I ain't got a problem with fair. 50-50, we good. 49-51, if it ain't on my favor, I might not like that deal. But I'm good at 50-50, so I'm not going to take more than what's mine. So I'm good at 50. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to give you what you give me and what you deserve. So understand that. But that's how you contain, or that's how you have a good relationship. A mild person has a greater claim than what? A harsh one. Poor, there you go, is the person who forgets their relatives. If you get so, and all of a sudden, forget where you come from. That's old school. This is all ancient. Ancient. When I say ancient, I mean old as hell. Okay, way back. This ain't new. Your Christian concepts and religious views, Muslim is y'all ain't but 1,700, 3,300 years at best. We talking 5,000 to 10,000 years concept. Moving on. So they are what happens. Those who forget their relatives, they are deprived of what? Their company. Remember family reunions? Remember family get-together? My sister just had a birthday. Just us getting together. I was good with that. We ain't did it in the one, so just doing that, I'm good with that. Again, to deprive yourself of that? Why? That's what it's really about. For money? Even a little bit of, my old man said, a little bit of something better than a whole lot of nothing. But even a little bit of what is good is wanted will turn in what? In a quarreler into what? A friendly person. Me and my brother don't speak. At that event, you'll never know it. Okay, but that's cool. That's again, what we do outside of that's fine. But sometimes you got to put the sword down, put whatever it is down, and come and meet. Why? That's how you. That's love. Moving on. All right. Now, things subject to what? That's born, birth, abound in what? Passion. That's the human body. Birth in itself being possible, but where there is passion, nowhere, this is the perfect, I like to say it, where there is passion, nowhere is there good. And where is good, nowhere is a single passion. For why? For where a day, nowhere is night. And where there's night, day is nowhere. You can't serve two masters. You can't have black and white at the same time. A computer can get you answers, lick and spit, but guess what? It can't perform one function at a time. You can't do two things at once. That's what they're telling you. And if you got one, you can't have the other. But knowing about it, again, you know night and day. At some point, you're going to get night. At some point, you're going to get day. That's how you know. You ain't thinking it. You ain't believing it. Oh, you're going to know. That's what wisdom and having control over one's mind to understand nature. Moving on. Sorry about that. Then get back to the lesson. Now, watch this. Then you got, okay, here you go. Moving on. When emotions, again, and that's the biggest thing about us. We are emotional creatures. And females, it's okay. But you got to put some logic and reason with that emotion. It's okay to be emotional, but you got to put the other side. That's like thinking with one side of your brain. Okay? Breathing one side of your nose. No, use them both. Understand right from wrong, the difference between this and that, and make a better decision based on that, not always how you feel. Emotions, we get to that point, sorry about that. When emotions are society's objective, what happens? Tyranny will govern regardless of what? The ruling class. It ain't what you do. I feel. If you start a conversation with me, what I feel, I believe, or I think, wah, 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 don't care about none of things. You got facts, you got proof, you got concepts, I'll listen. A whole bunch of the rest of that stuff, don't waste my time. Now, they who abandon the body senses, here we go, know themselves. Why? Because I know they know about this, down there. That's what they mean. Those who control the law of nature know themselves. What? To be light in life. Though the joy that you get from what? Knowledge allows what? Room only for the good. When you know right from wrong, and you want to do what's right, you're going to do that. When you know right from wrong, and for whatever reason there is that make people do that, some of us going to do wrong. Been there, done that. So, but guess what? And you can do that because you have free will. But there's a consequence that comes with that. And when you do right, there's a blessing that comes with that. That's why people do what's right. You wonder, well, all of a sudden you missed a goody two-shoes. No, I just realized something. Dude, if you do this, you can get that. I knew if I did that, I'd get prison. I don't want that. That's common sense. So wake up and smell the coffee. And when you want to do what's right, it don't make a difference. Knowing right from wrong. Knowing means nothing. Doing means everything. And then, watch this. There is, when you do it right, there's only room for good in them. Righteousness and bliss have their what? Firm seat. I'm good with doing what's right. That makes me feel better about myself. And it's embedded in me. Watch this. Watch the difference. Unrighteousness and sorrow, ignorance will flow what? Away from them who give it room. If you let it, it will. Let it go. When you conceal your heart and control your mouth, beware of what? Releasing the restraints in what? You. That means listen, if you want to endure in the mouth of the hearers, speak after what? You have mastered your craft. And I'm going to let this lesson on that note. Why? Because I'm doing just that and I have done just that. Mastered my craft. I know thyself. I can teach you how to do the same. That's what mastery and teachers do. On that note, right thinkers, may you all let it be 100 and be 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers like you will pass away. But the lesson will continue. I'll be right back.